Hey, good morning, everybody. Anthony Arcanum here, and this one goes out to my hip hop audience. I'll be putting out occult videos again soon for you occult cats. But there's been some things I've had to get off my chest with the first love of my life, which has been rap music. And when I say the first love of my life, I'm going back more than 30 years. And that's what the topic is pretty much about today. It's for the old school cats, the people who came up with hip hop from its origins. That would be pretty much the 60s babies and the 70s babies. Well, we had the first golden age era, and then, which would have to be LL Cool J, Run DMC, the Beastie Boys, Big Daddy Kane, and then we had the second golden age era, which would be me, the 70s babies, and what we grew up on, which would have to be the House of Pain, Wu-Tang Clan, Redman, Das Effects, the NWA, the whole West Coast movement was coming up and bumping hard when we was younger. MC8, MC Breed, Tupac, and just so many southern rappers. Digital Underground, who actually put Tupac on, and back to our East Coast second wave of golden age. We let's just face it, we had everybody, man. Nas came out in there. Jay-Z came out with that era. Big, I almost forgot Big. How the hell was I going to do that? But when that second wave started to come along, by then we all knew that hip hop was pretty much vested. We already knew that we were here to stay. By then we had movies, documentaries, cats like DMX, and Hove, and Eminem came out now, and just so many people selling 4 or 5 million, 10 million, going diamond up in this bitch. But the first wave with Biz Markie and the Fat Boys and all of those guys, shouts out to the Fat Boys making movies, the Disorderlies and stuff like that. That was pretty much knocking down doors and just knocking down doors and setting buildings on fire. Everybody was saying this genre is not going to last, and it did last, and it lasted, and it pretty much took over the fucking world. The culture took over, and the music took over. And I think that's why so many of the old school cats are having problems seeing the drastic change that has taken over in hip-hop music now. So many no-nos, things that were no-nos, are okay now with the youth and with the music. But people also have to understand that the music is old now. The music is over 40 years old. So the original rockheads, we used to hear our parents complaining about our grandparents, telling them, oh, we grew up on Elvis, and, what is this shit, the Rolling Stones and the Beatles that you guys are listening to? This is not rock. And then people in our age group, we had, the garage bands, Nirvana and stuff like that for the rock music. And then certain people from our parents' generation, like my mom was cool with that. My mom's loved like Nirvana and Green Day and all that stuff. But you had some other people that were like, what the hell is this? This isn't rock. This is garbage. So as music matures and goes on and on and on, there's always going to be people from the origin of that music that's really not going to understand it. And there's going to be more tight-laced people that just aren't going to get it either. So they're going to say that's not real. What it is just subgenres and side cultures. Just like with the rock and roll era, they always had their live shows to go to and their tapes to buy. We have YouTube and places where the music is still pure. And I gotta say, man, I'm not really enjoying anything that's going on mainstream. I enjoy it to the point where I listen to it on the radio and I stay current, but I'm not out copping it and stuff like that. But I think hip-hop music is in a beautiful place right now, because so many of our pioneers, so many of the old school people that weren't around for a while due to the music, the radio ain't popping no more, getting dropped from majors. During that little, I won't say little, but during that 10 to 12 year period where they didn't know where music was going, nobody was dropping music anymore. And it was like they were putting out all this garbage, and the South was taking over, and the East Coast kids were trying to sound like that. I mean, it was just a nightmare. But now that people are pretty much set on the fact that you're really not making money with the music, just on music alone, now they're putting out what they want to put out again. So now you hear, now we have the Locks putting out authentic music again. Wu-Tang Clan dropping authentic music. Nine, he's starting to put out music again. Jedi Mind Tricks is still doing this. R.A. Rugged Man is still doing this. Cool G Rap put out some new shit. I mean, everybody from the 90s and the 2000s is literally dropping again. DMX was putting out music before he got caught up in all this. You know, Nas is working on something new from what I hear. M is back in the game. Although that's not necessarily a good thing to me, because I'm not really enjoying what he's doing with himself. I think now Eminem is best spitting freestyles and spitting a verse here and there, but his albums just ain't cutting it. That's just for me, though. Now, I'm a huge Eminem fan. I have gone 3 states to see Eminem. I've seen him in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, and, you know, maybe even somewhere else. I may have even seen him in another state or two. Yeah, you know, everything is changing, and you got to just know where to find the music. So the ticket is not to hate on what's happening now. Let these kids have their music. Let these kids have their time, and get in where you fit on. We still got our music. We can still find our music. We can still buy our music, and we can listen to the oldies. As well as, you know, there's always going to be new people that are coming out. When I'm on YouTube and other underground outlets, there's a lot of young cats, man, in their early 20s that are still putting out music the way we like it. You know, like I said, we just got to know where to find it and what to listen to, and just be a little bit more open and realize 40 years have passed. You know, that's a long fucking time. So all in all, Tekashi is really not that bad. I mean, he's kind of spitting like Onyx. And yeah, he has his hair red. But, you know, there was a period of time we used to dye blonde in our heads, and, you know, little patches here and there. You know, older people were like, what the hell is that? You know, what's up with that? I mean, it's just always something. We used to put lines in our eyebrows. That was sickening to some people. The baggy pants alone. We had the Big Daddy Kane era saying, what the hell are these guys doing? They look like they shit in their pants. And literally talking about Redman and Wu-Tang and making fun of them just like that, saying exactly what I just said. So anyway, I'm about to go get my coffee right now. Dunkin' Donuts, man, always got to shout you guys out. And peace to the old generation and peace to the new generation. And let's just try to be a little bit more understanding and acceptable of what each other is doing. And, you know, just big up the fact that we were alive when Tupac came around. We were alive long before Tupac was around, and we was already hip-hop heads. So we get a little bit touchy. And, you know, you guys weren't even born. So a lot of people have to understand that. Why should you guys be totally praising and loving music coming from MCs like Tupac and Big that weren't even, you guys weren't even born yet, you know, for a while. By the time they were actually passed away, it just doesn't make any sense. All right, guys, let's just try to see it from both sides of the fence. All right, later, guys.